Mr. Nicholas, I want to begin with you first, and perhaps if you could educate our viewers here in India, why is Mr. Boris Johnson treated within his own party and outside as an object of hate?
Well, I think that's putting it a little strong. I think I would say perhaps an object of ridicule because of the way he's been wriggling out of all the recent scandals. And indeed, there have been quite a lot of scandals. So, but let's go back. I mean, let's remember that he won the party leadership with an overwhelming vote. And he went on to follow that with an overwhelming vote nationally for Parliament, with winning 80-seat majority. So there was a point where he was held in very high esteem indeed. And a lot of that was to do with his backing of the policy to leave the European Union, the so-called Brexit. He led the Brexit revolution, if you like. What's happened since then has seen him sort of fall from grace gradually, and then it's been accelerating in the last 6 months as he's become undone by a lot of scandals. To be fair to him, you know, the pandemic, COVID, struck the nation at an early stage, and he's generally considered to have done reasonably well at that, and Britain has been one of the first to have emerged from the lockdown. But little things that he just apparently didn't take seriously, especially to do with members of the Conservative Party, what they were doing on the side. There were sexual peccadillos, but there were financial peccadillos as well. And he hasn't handled them at all well. So since the start of this year, roughly speaking, it's been one thing after another, and he's been wriggling to command their respect. And now the arithmetic has just gone the other way. As you indicated, he won a reasonable majority last month in the vote of, do you have vote of confidence in your Prime Minister? And this was only the Conservatives, of course, who could vote. And he won that, and that looked like a reprieve for another year, but it's just gone on and on. And really, this was the last straw, last week's scandal, and the fact that he kept denying what knowledge he had about this in the past, when it became crystal clear that he had appointed a senior figure to a senior position, a junior figure to a senior position, despite knowing quite a lot about that chap's private life. And that's really what's brought Boris Johnson down. And it's quite incredible. I mean, you talk about 60 MPs having resigned. What you're talking about is 60 people on the government payroll, 60 ministers having resigned. And if you add that to the numbers who voted no confidence in him last month, you have well over half the Parliamentary Conservative Party who have no confidence in the Prime Minister. And having said that, now we're looking ahead to 2 months with the same Prime Minister in position, and more than half the members of Parliament of his party have no confidence in him. That's a pretty curious position to be in, to put it mildly.